Hello everybody, Justin with Lucky 8 Off-Road, and I have some exciting Project L405 news. Today we're going to install the first set of Proud Rhino rock sliders specifically designed for this amazing vehicle. And yes, I'm wearing a coat in here. It is absolutely freezing. We're trying to prep this car for winter romp, so hopefully the heater kicks in here soon and warms this place up. If not, you'll watch me freeze for the whole video. And on that, let's run the intro. I'll get this up in the air and I'll meet you under the car. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is get all the little plastic push pins on the side plastic molding jobby thing. We're here on the driver's side because I've already pulled this off for the prototype, but it's held on with plastic clips at the top and push pins on the bottom. I think there's a couple screws in it. I'll show you where this is on the passenger side. You want to get this out of the way so that we can move on to the lower felt. Here's the push pins I was talking about. This mud flap needs to go. Those are 8 mils. And up front here is a Phillips screwdriver. We'll get those out of the way and move to the next step. All right, with all of the little pop pins out of the way, the screw in the front and the bolt for the mud flap in the back, you just kind of reach in with the doors open and pull this off the vehicle. It's held in with these little plastic clips. Sometimes they break, but it's not really that difficult to get off. Up in the front, I usually just give it a tug like that and it'll slide out from the trim. Next, we're going to move on to the felt. That's a 10 millimeter. It's like a handful of bolts that holds the dirty felt on. We'll get that off and we're moving right along actually. It's starting to warm up in here, which is nice. As I'm pulling the felt down, I wanted to show you guys this. This is just packed. I don't want to drop it on the floor because then I got to step in it for the rest of this. Packed with garbage and mud, and this was basically a back and forth to work car. This is just normal road debris. It gets caught up on the top of this felt and then it kind of gets everything to rot above it. So getting this off the car is excellent. That's why we leave the sliders open. You stick a hose in there, get rid of all the gunk. All right, I'll get back to pulling this down. Next up, I recommend some vice grip, but basically any pliers will do. We need to snap off some of these studs that were holding the felt in place. They'll be interfering with the rock sliders when we go to install them. Okay, we are really getting close. It is now time to get the rock sliders on the vehicle. I like to do that up on some little service ramps that you would use in your driveway to change the oil. I find it much easier than trying to do it on the lift because you're balancing the car with the rock sliders that need to go to the mounting points. So it's a whole mess. Easiest way is on the ground and just roll under it. I will show you guys what the bolt locations look like on the car, and then we'll jump to installing them. Up in the front here on the right hand side, these are what the bolt locations look like. When the slider's in place, it can kind of only go to one of them, but that's what you're looking for. And there you go, there's the rear one. It's pretty obvious. Just be careful of the lines, and on the other side, be very careful of the ace lines. Here is the bolt location for the intersection of the rock slider, the one that wraps around the lift point. There's the other bolt location. Here's a little tip. This cutout right here on the rock slider lines up with the lift points on the car. So we want to align that and then bring it up gently. But remember, watch out for anything that these rock sliders could be pinching. Here is an underside view. There's the bolt location, and you can see the stanchion on the rock slider. We're going to send the Allen head bolt in, align it, and start to tighten these down. All right, the job is almost done. Make sure you've tightened down the rock sliders. And we get this question all the time: can I lift the car up by the rock sliders? Absolutely. They're there to support the weight. When you take it to a shop and they want to lift it up, That's why we left the cutouts so they know where to put the lift so the vehicle is balanced. The lift arms go right in the location and up they go on the sliders. Last thing we need to do is reinstall the trim piece. So when you open the door, it looks nice and factory for you. Right here on the inside, we need to cut this section out. I'll do the work and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards, and then snap it to the car. So like I said, you're gonna cut a line right about here, maybe this is easier, from here all the way down, basically getting rid of this piece. Same thing if you were gonna do side steps. I think they have you cut that off. So stop talking, more cutting. I hear you. All right. All right, there you go. It's just got a little bit of an edge left on it to sneak under the car. I'm gonna snap it in place and this job will be done. All right, there you have it. This is not a difficult job in my opinion. We'll do a quick recap, get the plastic molding off the side, remove the felt and all the gunk underneath the car, align the rock sliders. If you have a friend that could help you, way easier. Bolt them up, put the trim back on, and you are ready for adventure. And this truck is now way more prepared for winter romp. All right, guys, it's still freezing in here. I'll see you on the next one.